Welcome back to the Watchman, a continuous study entitled Faith in the Mountains. We're going through some of the songs that I wrote lyrics to based on personal testimony, biblical studies, teachings I did for the youth, sermons I did up front, filling in for pastors from time to time, devotions and songs that I've heard, hymns that I've heard and have grown to love over the years. And we're on to the final song, entitled When the Elk Call. But before we get there, last week we looked at Glory Through the Smoke. We discovered the incredible privilege of entering God's presence through Christ. Today, we arrive at the final stage of our journey. The question is no longer how we begin, the question is how we finish. When the Elk Call reminds us that the Christian life is not a sprint, it is a lifelong walk with Christ. When the Elk Call is a song about the endurance and following God's voice. Some featured lyrics from the song include, every valley got purpose hidden, every hard trail build endurance in us, those who wait upon the Lord gonna rise, God make feet like the elk on stone, through the valley, through the pain, God still lead me through the rain. Some key scriptures here. I don't know, I haven't found it. The Bible has a lot of imagery about deer and stuff. But again, I'm trying to take deer and go down into the Appalachian mountains. And so I kind of got the elk there, that idea. So these scriptures might say deer, but we can pretend it says elk too. So because the imagery is there. But anyway, Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31, those who hope in the Lord renew their strength. Now, obviously, that comes after eagles, which happens to be my favorite animal. And this is a little plug-in for a study that I've done on eagles. And if I haven't done it on the Watchman, I'm sure the producer will probably want to hear that sometime soon. So I will be working on that, and maybe I'll do it after this series. So hold me to that. But anyway, moving on. Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 19, God makes our feet like the feet of a deer or elk, and enables us to stand on the heights. Psalm 42:1, as the deer or elk, all right, longs for the water, so the soul longs for God. And then Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1-3, again, my life verse, run with endurance while keeping your eyes fixed on Jesus. The key word here is kava, Hebrew for to wait, to hope, to trust, and to remain connected to God. That is our journey. See, every journey eventually reaches a point where endurance becomes more important than the excitement. That's where this song lives. When the Elk Call is the perfect conclusion to this album because it reminds us that faith is not a sprint. It is a lifelong walk with Christ. In Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1-3, it talks about lay aside every encumbrance and the sin which so easily entangles us, right? We need to get that off. We can't run with all that stuff on us, all right? So we have to throw it off and get rid of it and be refined and worship and all that. But not to repeat the other lessons, this song repeatedly points to valleys, trails, mountains, and endurance. Those images mirror the Christian life. Many people love mountaintop experiences, revival services, spiritual breakthroughs, moments of victory, but growth often happens in the valleys. The lyric says, every valley got a purpose hidden. That truth echoes Romans 8:28 and James 1. God is working even when we cannot see it. Another powerful image comes from Habakkuk. The prophet describes God giving believers feet like a deer, standing securely on dangerous heights. Your song captures this beautifully. God, make my feet like an elk. When your testimony, when you're going through trials and you're on that ledge, your song, your testimony can be like this when the elk calls. When you're on that cliff, you can be like the feet of an elk on stone. Elk and mountain deer navigate these treacherous terrains that would terrify most people. Now, I'm afraid of heights, so I'm a little nervous about that. But if God wanted me to climb a mountain, I'm sure he'll lead me there someday. Otherwise, I'm not going to try. Anyway, the deer and the elk remain steady because they were designed for the climb. The same is true spiritually for us. God does not simply remove every obstacle. He strengthens believers to walk through them. The song also points us to Isaiah 40. Those who wait on the Lord gonna rise. Waiting is not passive. Biblical waiting is active trust. It means remaining faithful while God works. The Christian life is not measured by how fast we run. It's measured by whether we remain faithful. That's why Hebrews 12 serves as the thread connecting this entire album. Keep running, keep trusting, keep following Christ, keep climbing. The journey isn't over yet. Where is God calling you to remain faithful even when progress feels slow? What would it look like to trust Him one step at a time on that dangerous mountain ledge? As we reach the end of this journey, Faith in the Mountains, we can look back and see God's hand at every step. He refined us in the fire. He strengthened our faith. He taught us to worship. He gave us a testimony. He welcomed us into His presence, and He taught us to endure. But the story isn't over. The mountain journey continues, and that leads us to the final conclusion of Faith in the Mountains. So until next time, take care, be strong, and God bless.